Welcome to my latest contraption. Just got done putting this together. It's not fully assembled yet. I don't have the top screwed on. This has got a voltmeter, a power switch, an on-off switch, and an ammeter, all built into a project box that I got from Radio Shack. We'll open it up and see if we can see the guts in here. This is where the power is going to be coming into the box. It's going in. I've got two 30 amp circuit breakers. One mounted here, one mounted here. I've also branched off. The power's going up to our power switch. I don't particularly like that connection, but that's about the best I could do given what I had. I can come back and redo it later. It won't be a big deal. We have got two 12 volt 40 amp relays. One is mounted here, one is mounted here. For the voltmeter, we're connected to the output terminals. For the ammeter, it's kind of difficult to see, but down here in the bottom there's a shunt running across. The output of both relays are running to the shunt, out of the shunt, and then to the output. And then our two leads are going back to the shunt to run the ammeter. This took probably 45 minutes to wire up. The wiring is a mess because I wasn't real sure how I wanted to do it. I made all of the wires longer than I actually needed to, so it's going to be hard to get everything crammed in. But I have hooked it up temporarily just to make sure it works, and I found a couple surprising results. Let me get the box put together and we'll hook it up and see how it does. We have the box completely assembled now. We've got it hooked up to our battery charger. Battery charger is plugged in, so we've got switch turned off in our box. We're pulling no amperage. You can see where I've just got the wires clipped on down here. We've got our output running over to a cell. This is just here temporarily. I would not advise doing this in the house for very long. Like I said, our battery charger is powered on. It is plugged into the wall. If we come up and hit our switch, see our voltage jumps up and our amperage comes up. Now, something that was surprising to me, this is a 12 volt battery charger, but it's only actually putting out about 8 volts. Right now we're putting out, what, about 7 amps, which that's consistent with what the amp gauge on the charger is saying. If we take our amperage and turn it up, right now we are at the 2 amp setting. If we go up to the 10 amp setting, you can see our amperage does go up some, as does our voltage. The amperage is up at 10 volts. Well, not quite 10, actually about 9 volts. And if we go up to the 50 amp setting of our charger, it actually only jumps up to about 11 amps. We're about 11 volts and 11 amps. According to that, we are just under 10 amps of current. So the current draw on the amp gauge built into the battery charger is off by a little bit. And our voltage, that's what surprised me. It's a 12 volt charger, and wide open it's only putting out 11 volts of power. Turn that back down to 2 amp setting again. But this allows us to easily energize our cell, not have to connect cables directly to or unconnect directly from the cell. We don't have to fight with plugging and unplugging our charger. We can just hit a switch to turn the cells on and off. Now, a bit more about the insides of this unit. I chose to do 2 relays and 2 circuit breakers instead of a single. You can see our ammeter goes up to 50 amps. The inside of this box should easily handle 60 amps. I used 2 30 amp circuit breakers. The reason I use circuit breakers is in case something shorts or something overloads, I don't want to have to take this box apart to replace a fuse. And I didn't want to have, externally accessible fuses in the box, so I use circuit breakers. If they overload, give them a few minutes and they'll reset and everything will be ready to go again. The 2 breakers that are in it are 12 volt 40 amp breakers, or relays. So our breakers are smaller than our relays. There are 2 relays and 2 breakers in it, both running in parallel. What that should do is easily allow us to run up to 60 amps of current. Even though our ammeter only goes up to 50, the insides of our box should easily be able to handle 60 amps of current. Now, naturally, running our small battery charger, we're never going to hit that level. But I do have a deep cycle battery that we're going to start using for testing. We'll hook up to the battery and just use the charger to keep a full charge on the battery. That should give us a bit more consistent power output, I hope. But again, hit the switch. We've got good readings. I hope this allows us a bit more accuracy in some of our tests. That's it for this time. Until next time.